are the remains of Ponce de León's house, in which was the first town ever built in what is now a U.S. territory. This was the town of Caparra, which is named after a Roman ruin in Cáceres, Spain, which is where this summer we actually visited an old friend and cheesemaker, Finca Pascualete, so you can check out that video. The governor of the Caribbean for Spain was from nearby Caparra, the ruins in Spain, so they named this first town Caparra, which was built in 1508, and that makes it the oldest town in anywhere in the United States. So this was Ponce de León's house right behind me. That's the only part that they've excavated. Everything else you can see is built. There's houses, it's all been developed. Caparra was a big town, but it was burnt down many times, and it mainly exists now underneath all this modern development. It was built here because they found a lot of gold. Puerto Rico was called Puerto Rico because they found so much gold here, and it was making Spain rich. And there was a gold mine somewhere nearby here, which I do want to explore at some point. We'll get a metal detector for that. There was a census done when Columbus first arrived around 1493, and there was about 60,000 Taino Indians living here at the time. When they did another census 20 years later, in 1512, there were only 1,500 Taino remaining on the island. So they had enslaved the Taino, and they actually didn't stop mining for gold because they ran out of gold. They stopped because they ran out of Taino Indians to work for free as slaves. And when they started bringing in the African slaves were too expensive to use for gold mining. So that's when they started growing cotton and sugarcane. And so there probably is still a lot of gold here on the island. All right, let's look around Ponce de León's old house. I'm glad they were able to preserve some of it. Of course, this covered a huge area of land, but it's all under the modern city. And then this museum would be really interesting, but I don't think it's ever opened. So they do have some artifacts in here. I'd love to see it, but as far as I know, it never opens because their website said it would be open today and it's not.